Sri Sharda Devi and her Divine Play, Chapter 33, page 673. As mathematics perplexed the master, so missionary puzzled Holy Mother. Swami Shardeshananda wrote, "The mother had the power to completely transform the human heart, the subtlest mechanism, with a mere glance, but it was a very difficult task for her to handle the simple mechanism of a hurricane lantern. In Jairambati, she had an antique hurricane lantern and its chimney was protected by a wire net. It was extremely difficult for her to remove the chimney from the hurricane lamp for cleaning. To open the cap and fill it with kerosene and to wind the knob to set the wick. So she would ask someone to clean the hurricane lantern. She was more accustomed to using an oil lamp on a stand and a small kerosene lamp. She praised the skill and cleverness of the women who handled the hurricane lantern. She said, "Oh, how many things they know! How quickly they set the kerosene lamp right." But Holy Mother loved to learn new things. See chapters 2 and 27 for details on how she learned to read and write. Swami Gaurishwarananda recalled. When the mother had completed the lessons of part 1 of Varna Parichay, which is the primary book, and had just gone on to learn the first line of part 2, Aikya, unity, Manikya, jewels, Kuvakya, bad words, Hriday snatched the book from her hands, declaring, "Too much learning is not good for women. It has an adverse effect on their character, leading them to enter into clandestine correspondence with men and read plays and novels." Such was the state of the mother's education. What was wonderful, however, was the mother's consummate mastery of spiritual knowledge, despite being hardly literate. I was only an adolescent then. The mother's education being limited to Kuvakya, I used to have misgivings about her ability to answer the varied questions that devotees, monks, and brahmacharis brought to her. I wondered why they did not make their queries to the venerable Swamis of Belur Mutt, Swamis Brahmananda, Shivananda, Sharadananda, and others who were adept in the scriptures. But the mother never told them, "Go to Rakhal, Tarak, or Sharat for the answers to their questions." She used to listen to everyone's questions, and her answers were such that all their doubts were resolved. Being too young, I neither understood their questions nor the mother's answers to them, but I saw that all the questioners went away obviously satisfied. Whenever copies of the Udbodhan and Tattvamanjari magazines arrived, the mother would inquire, "Is there any article by Sharat?" If so, she would ask me to read it aloud. Once a Sanskrit hymn was published in the Tattvamanjari. When I read it out to her, the mother said, "Translate it for me into Bengali." I did not know the meaning of the word Deshikendram and some other words, and there being no dictionary at hand, I said, "I do not know the meaning of some words. I shall ask the meanings from our Sanskrit teacher in the school, and then I shall tell you." She, however, did not give up. "Tell me as much as you have understood," she persisted. The mother was a perfectionist and she had a keen eye for details. One day I sprinkled water on sal leaf plates, shook them, and then placed them on the veranda for lunch. Watching me work, the mother said, "Oh no, my son, my children will eat on them. First wash those leaf plates nicely, otherwise there will be dust on them." When I was well, I used to wash each leaf and wipe it with a cloth. Another day, I was placing the asanas at mealtime. The mother saw it from the veranda and told me, "The asanas are not set straight." I rearranged them a little. Even then, she said, "No, they are not straight yet." When I could not find my mistake, she came forward and set them correctly. Then I saw that all the asanas had been placed parallel to each other, equidistant, their fronts presenting a straight line. Ashumitra wrote about an interesting event. Once we printed some photos of Holy Mother from the studio of a European photographer. I gave one copy to the mother to see. She took it with both hands and then touched it with her forehead. Seeing her childlike action, I suppressed my laughter. When she returned the photo, I asked her, "Mother, whose photo is this?" Like a simple girl, she replied, "Why? It is my picture." I laughed. She asked, "Why are you laughing?" I replied, "Why did you salute it by touching it to your head?" She also laughed and finally said, "The master also dwells in it." Jai Ma.